once again, thank you so much for taking your time normally to just watch our episodes. Today, I'm so excited. I just want to take you through back to 2021. I remember, for those guys who've already watched my story, the year 2018, 2019, my business was really low and I was not doing anything, and I resurfaced in 2021. And some of my first projects when I resurfaced is actually, this is one of the projects that I came back with. And I remember that is the time I was doing this project. I did a project in Nyeri, I did a project in Oyugis, and I did a project in Likoni. So at times when you do your best, especially when you give your best to your projects, and you maintain a good relationships, it means when things come by and the client wants maybe touch-ups or they want a few improvements, they will actually think about you. And this is now 2 years down the line. That is 2021, 2022, and this is 2023, almost 3 years now. We are back in Kakamega, and we are just back to just polish a few things here and there that are actually, sometimes when you're working on projects, there are things that you can't avoid and you cannot have control over. We normally order our woodworks from specific industries, and at times, due to contraction and expansion, sometimes wood would find a few defects, especially in terms of scratches and contraction and expansion. Sometimes they contract, sometimes they expand. So when it comes to those times, you'll find that the gap that was left to be 2 millimeters between the frame and the door would either reduce to 5 mm or expand to a point whereby the door is not really opening so nice. So in this case, on this particular project, we've just come to adjust those doors a bit so that they can close nicely, smoothly, without strain. And also because wood at times would want some polishing, we are also back to polish, especially the main door, polish the staircase. And as we replace or as we adjust those doors, we are also polishing all the doors now to give them a completely new look. And during that time also, I didn't manage to just take a proper video of the entire project. But today I just maybe give you a walkthrough of the exterior and the interior without even telling you so many stories behind it. So I'll just be touching and saying, this is what we did, and this is how it's looking currently. This is what we are improving from this particular point that it was looking like this, and we are trying to retouch it to this look. So guys, stay tuned as I take you around. Thank you. So guys, as I told you, just a quick review of the items, maybe to just go back. Probably you've watched this video, and for those who have not watched, this is travertine floor. This is a natural stone, and on this particular project, we did this travertine floor at the entry porch. I remember from the video, this space was low level. We created this, and we actually extended and did the three steps, if the 2 steps on the other side, and that is travertine all the way to the other side, all the way to this side, travertine all the way to the steps, and to this particular area it is stepped again, and we provide this grooving. This is the bull nose, and then the skirting goes under, and this gives you a natural feel and a very elegant look as you come into the house. And apart from that, maybe as you look on the floor, these are some of the touch-ups that we are working on the doors. We have actually we removed these doors, all of them, from the pockets. We did a bit of alignment, and now we are just trying to polish, and we'll polish these surfaces. You'll see some of the doors that we've already polished, so that we fill in some of these things. Larry, if you can come closer. So these are some of the gaps that actually come about during the contraction and expansion. It needs to look like this, and then we polish it so that it looks all mahogany. So these are some of the defects that you'll get due to maybe the heat maybe the sun is burning directly through the window. So we are filling up these joints, and now polishing so that it looks new. So those are some of the things we are doing. If you look at this main door, John, maybe ile product unapaka hapa kwa mlango ndo isipate hii kuchomeke inaitwaje, weather something
na shellac.
Wachana na shellac. Sasa ile na protect shellac ni ile ya chini kabisa. Sasa kuna ile top coat ya exterior doors,
ile
UV protector. Si tuko nayo. So normally most of the times when you get the doors from the manufacturer, most of the times they just give you a door that has been applied mahogany. Then when you install, and all these, most of the times you come to realize out of experience and out of without experience you won't even know some of the things. So you come and install a door to a client. It's an exterior door. After a while, probably a month, 6 months, 1 year down the line, the door now loses color. But after realization or after experience, now we have a product that we apply into some of our exterior doors that it keeps the door intact in terms of color code, or in terms of the color, in terms of its look, so that it doesn't fade, it doesn't lose the color, and it can stay like that for even 5 years, 6 years, and then you can come and do the retouch. So when you come closer, you will find that John, that is the guy in charge of staining of doors and staircases and all the woodworks. He's done a bit of this is sandpaper ya maji. He does just a light sandpaper on this so that it can give it the adhesion. Adhesion is the word. Adhesion, the ability to absorb the paint. So once he does the basic sanding, that is the water sanding, ile ya maji, kama if you're doing the gari, that is the same thing he's doing, so that it's a bit rough. Then after that, he gives it a shellac. Shellac now gives it the chance to absorb the paint. Then after that, he comes and applies a bit of a small stain, in mahogany stain. Then from there he does kidogo sanding, then he applies the mahogany on top of it. Once that is done, then he comes with the varnish. Once the varnish is done, he comes now and applies the UV protector varnish on top of this, and that is what he's doing right now. If you look on this side, the door is starting to change already. Then after a while, he will do his few other processes. Maybe after this, he will come and do another little bit of sanding on this door. Then once that is done, he will look back and see if there are small joints like this one. He'll come and I will fill them up nicely, do a little bit of stain so that the color code on both sides are equal. Then after that, he will apply his final varnish, and this door will look equivalent to a new door from the market. And those are some of the things we are doing on this particular project. And for those who didn't follow this project from the initial project, from the onset, I will just give you a walkthrough of what the interiors of this space looks like. So let's go. Quickly take you through a walkthrough of this space. So we are the main entry lobby. So from the natural stones, and that is a polished travertine stone, you come in and you find polished granito tiles on the floor, a combination of black as a part of the skirting trimming around, and then this is a beigeish white with tones of black around. And as usual, nice trimmings around the arches, so that the arch trave, which normally is plaster, sometimes it is not even, so you just trim it nicely with the wooden. Then the arch traves on both sides, then the sockets nicely selected on all the areas, nicely done. Gypsum stepped ceiling, and as you can see, it is a step ceiling in the middle, then stepped again in the middle, leaving a gap on either sides. And that comes all the way to this side, and as you walk to the guest bedroom, you find this nicely natural stone. Again, this is a coral stone from the Mombasa people, nicely done. And we have applied transil in matte finish so it doesn't shine. Then with this beautiful wall hanging around here, it is just beautiful. These are some of the doors we supply. When you close, look at it. It is 2 years down the line. It's looking nice. Nani John has already polished this. It's looking new. It's beautiful. On the other side, the same thing. Maybe Larry, you can focus on this. So this is well done also. I think it's finished. You can open, you can close nicely, and it locks. So on this other side, as we go, this is the lounge. We also tried and overdid this TV wall. Nice, beautiful coral stone. The TV is in the middle. Cables are coming to the lower side. Console comes and blocks them. We have a socket on the back side. We have this nice cobble that hides the light. So we also provided this cobble. This is classical theme. Then a cobble also on the other side. And we try just to mount the TV in the middle with this trimming around. And then we also came up with this design so that it's either on either side, trimming the cobble and the wall bracket in between. That is it. Then we have a beautiful stepped ceiling around. This, I remember from the onset, this window was not this big. It was just a door. We had to demolish the entire wall to create a pocket for the big window so that light can come in. So all these are provisions that we did. Then as you come on this side, this is the dining, that is the lounge, a small dining in the middle, a light in there, then a small stepped ceiling, a chandelier. Then from there we have another trimming, and this is a wooden frame. Then I remember this is laminated. This is super gloss doors with beautiful handle. And this we did, this is a small pantry in the kitchen. Then this is a breakfast counter, again in granite, overflowing all the way with a laminated board. This is super gloss on this side. Then when you come in, this is also another trick. You open these doors to this is a cabinet, looks like a cabinet all the way. Then when you open it, you can actually walk into the pantry comfortably like this. So I won't go into details because it's a video that we had already shot previously. So that closes. And then there is this beautiful kitchen, which again I'll just take you around. So this is a microwave oven. This is a wine rack, double fridge, and then we have drawers here, a double sink, which is also recessed under, then a beautiful granite top, doors opening under the sink. Then as you move to this other side, there is a cooker, handles, nice chrome handles, drawers. This is a hood on top, doors for more storage, then doors for more storage. So basically the layout is doors, handles, doors, a cooker, that is the hob, under it more storage, a hood, high level cabinets. And there is a contrast between the high level and the low level. This is espresso and this is white. So, and then that is the glass, whatever, then granite white, and that is it. Then when you come to this side, the counter looks like there are doors or there are drawers, but it is not because of the depth. This is just an impression you can't access. Then when you come from there, move to this side, you can see the doors are receiving the touches that has been burnt by the sun. So it's just a bit of polish work that we are doing so that it looks better than how it's looking. You see now John has already applied a shellac on it, waiting for it to dry before he does his things. So that is it for that. Then from there, there is another thing we're also coming to do. If you look at the staircase looks like it is it's not bad, but we need to just make it look slightly newer. So we are coming to sand again, just the same way we are sanding the doors, slight sanding. Then we apply a bit of a stain on it, then polish it. And this is going to be done all the way to the upper floor. Just again a bit of sanding on these knots, and then filling it up nicely, and then staining so that by the time we finish, we don't see this. And at times, when you're working on a project, at times by the time you are finishing an entire project, you are really constrained. And if you don't have a proper project management schedule, at times these things find you tired, and someone, probably maybe your client, is on your neck pushing you to finish, and you end up just doing it quickly so that you can hand over. And even you yourself, even us ourselves, at times when you come back to a site later, we realize some of these things we didn't work on them. And that is why maybe at times, given an opportunity to come back, there are things you can see that you overlooked at that particular time, and you can actually improve. And these are some of the improvements. And I feel even the joints under the skirting, we will have to fill nicely so that this thing is intact and it's new and it's perfect. Things like this, if you come up, Larry, you see this was filled nicely, but it was not stained. So now we will have to stain it nicely, so that stain it mahogany filler, then now sand, then polish, so that it looks like one thing. And some of these things happen because of the difference between the skirting and the panel. Maybe the other side is touching, and maybe the floor is slanted slightly. So those are some of the things that you might not avoid, but you can work on them given proper time, and you can finish. Also, if you come very close, you will come and realize, because of stepping on it, it is a bit, maybe some of the stain has come out. So it's just polishing some of these items to make them look a bit new. And that is it for them. That is how the staircase looked. If Larry maybe can take a few cutaways later, he will show you how the staircase came out. Then for now, I'll just show you what we're doing on this upper floor. So guys, I won't take you to the bedrooms because of privacy. I just want to show you a few of the bits that we are working on this particular site. So if you come in, Larry, maybe to just talk about all the passages. It is the same design, a step ceiling, stepping times 2, backwards 100, trimmed with a cornice of 100, goes back and becomes a slab in the middle with lights. Then same thing on the doors. This is just the polish works we are doing so that we make the door look new. When I go to the other side, I'll go to the master bedroom. I don't want to interfere with privacy for someone. So same thing on this. And then if you saw a black trimming on the side, a black skirting, this beautiful selection of granito type of tile in the middle, arranged in a diagonal manner, and then that is it. If Larry, you can turn, see, these are some of the works we are working on just to make sure the doors can lock properly, and the lock and even the fitting around the door leaf and the frame is working properly. So Lick is working on this. Look at this. So the door has been Kiswahili inaitwa kupigwa randa, as in English inaitwa English. So I don't know, it's just maybe, I think it's what? Trimming the door slightly on the edges so that it can fit in. So sometimes they contract, sometimes they expand. So with this case, it has expanded a little bit, so we're just sanding nicely, then putting the hinges back, and everything will just lock nicely. And then now John will come in and do the sanding on this. This has come about because of removing it and then putting it on the floor and then now working on it, so it gets some distraction. So these distresses are what we are going to work on to make sure this thing comes back to. So everything should look like this. If you can notice, all the frames have been worked on already. So they are looking so nice, smooth, beautiful. So all this, John is going to work on them so that it comes back to whatever. So that is it for the interiors of this house. I don't want to go to each and every bit of the house. I'll just go and shoot outside, which again, I don't want to waste a lot of your time. Larry will just go outside and take cutaways of the outside so that you can see the trimmings around the house, how the moldings were done on the columns, the moldings around the house, and the overall look of the house as compared to the interior. And thank you so much for taking your time to watch our episodes. And as usual, at kthinteriorz, where style meets elegance. Thank you.